It's your boy Real Abzi, and today I'm gonna tell you the story of how I got catfished on my first ever date. So basically, I'm gonna give you guys a little run through of like my dating background. So basically, growing up in Ireland, from late primary school to secondary school, all throughout secondary school, I had never ever been on a date with a girl, ever. Like I had never really, like yeah, I'd see girls that I knew, and I'd say hello and talk to girls here and there, but I never had the courage to like speak to a girl that I liked or I had interest in, or as you like to say in Ireland, you fancied, so like, and that was me. Like back then, like I had my friends group and I was very introverted, but I'm the type of person that like when I'm in school, I'll make jokes, I'll be disruptive in class, but that was kind of that was like really to like hide my introvertedness. And a lot of people didn't know that. Like most times when I'm at home, I'm just doing my own thing, whether I'm just gaming or sometimes I just go outside by myself, or I'm playing football and stuff like that. So I've never really had proper communication with the opposite sex, unless it was like my sisters or like family members or like people I'd see from like school whenever I'm walking to school or in and around school areas and stuff like that. So for me, I never grew up really being comfortable speaking to females. And I think a lot of it is because like I was very shy, and I was also conscious about like the way I looked. Like back then, I'll be honest, I did not take care of my skin at all. Like I was dark as hell. And not to say being dark is a bad thing. Like there's nothing wrong with being dark, but like like I was like blick. Like the things I know now, just know like I was not doing back then. Like like I think like most Nigerian knows, like Vaseline was what I used for everything. My face, my body, like Vaseline. Like I did not know proper skincare, proper hair care, didn't know nothing about shampoo, conditioner, none of that stuff. Like I was coming to school, my uniform was all tardy, like, and back then I was actually short as well. So like most of my friends and people who know me as quite tall now, but back then I was like short with a big bag, with a hunchback walking to school, no game whatsoever, like no game. Like there was this guy in my school, his name was Blaze. He was like in the year ahead of me, and like there'll be times where like I just see how smooth he is with like women, and I just be like, man, like I wish that was me, man. Like why can't I just walk into a room and I just be like, what's up, and the girls just just can't get enough of my attention. Like I just did not have that game, did not have that flow. Like I just did not have that confidence. And so basically, like all throughout secondary school, wasn't really talking to girls. We had this youth club that was run after school, where all the secondary school students, boys and girls, would come in. There was gaming, there was table tennis. Sometimes they'd have some food like biscuits, all that kind of stuff, just to really get the youth together. And sometimes there were girls there that like, that I was intrigued by, or I found like nice looking and stuff like that. And just to have a conversation, like it would get so awkward. Like, hello, hi, my name's Abdeen. And then I'm panicking, I'm just stuttering, like it's, man, like literally, like my head was just in my football back then, and like in my gaming, because like to be honest, like I was just so introverted. Like I remember the times like we'd have parties, and like I'd get invited to parties with my friends and stuff like that. Like you could see the nicest looking girl at the party, and like I had like the confidence in my head, like I'm telling myself, yeah, Abs, you can go chat to that girl, yeah, man, you can go get that girl's number or whatever. But outwardly, that's not what I was moving, like the confidence in my head was not reciprocating to what I was actually showing outside. Outside I was just showing awkwardness. Like sometimes I'd repeat the same shit and people would be looking at me like, what's wrong with this guy? Like it was just so like, it was just so peak for me like back then. So I remember like when I turned like 19, I'd graduated from secondary school, and this was like 2 years after my secondary school. You know, there was this app. I forget the name. I forget the name of the app, but it was one of these, you know, dating apps. And I remember, you know, I was talking to this girl on the app, and then we, you know, we're having good conversations and stuff like that. And I've always been that guy, like most girls and girls that know me, like I'm a good conversationalist generally. Like if you're talking to me, like I will listen. Like I will, you know, like we can have a good conversation because I'm intrigued by what another person's thinking. That's always been me anyway, because I always like to know how people think and how they perceive the world and how they perceive certain things, you know. And more so now, obviously, like that I'm older, but back then too I was always quite interested. So we had good conversations, and you know, we decided to meet up and stuff like that. And like, see, my first mistake was like, now if I ever saw a girl like who like on a profile or whatever or on social media and I'm talking to, like I wouldn't like, you know, I wouldn't like just focus on the picture of her face. I'd be looking to see other pictures, how her body looks, stuff like that, you know, what she writes on her bio, stuff like that. But back then I just saw the face and I was like, man, she's very beautiful. Like she looks nice. Like, yeah, let me talk to this girl. And obviously when you're in the comfort of your own house writing a message, like you can spit out the game, because obviously it's not like face to face. So like I feel like that really helped my introvertedness also. So like we're having good conversations. She's telling me where she's from, telling her where I'm from, you know, how life is, working, job, you know, future goals, career, you know, all the same stuff that most people talk to when they're meeting someone that they're intrigued in, you know. So basically we decided to set up a date where we should meet up and stuff like that. And she lived in Dublin and I'm from Navan, which is like on the bus, like if there's no traffic, you could get to Dublin in maybe 45-50 minutes. By car, you know, you could get there maybe 30. So it was grand. Like, so I went on the bus. We decided to meet up in Blanchardstown, you know. And like the crazy thing is, like, as I'm on the bus, I'm thinking about like, man, I hope I look good, man. Like I got my hair cut, I was thinking, man, like I hope I make a good first impression, man. I hope these shoes, this shirt, everything's looking nice. Like I was just trying to give myself confidence, you know, because it was the first ever time I've ever been on a date like with a girl. So I was like, man, a part of me was optimistic, but a part of me was nervous too, because obviously the optimism from the conversations we'd had on the phone and stuff like that. So I was thinking, okay, if I can talk to her, you know, have certain conversations on the phone, then when I see her face to face, maybe that should be able to help me, you know. So basically now she sent me a message on my phone saying, oh yeah, I'm just at the bus stop waiting for you. And like from the bus stop where the bus pulls in, so basically the stop sign, the bus stop sign, the pole was like maybe like 20-30 meters away. So it was a bit of a strange bus stop as you pull into Blanche. It was like 20-30 meters away back then. And so mind you, this is like 2014. So basically she's there waiting for me, and like she has her back turned, so as the bus kind of passes the bus stop and then it pulls in, and then I see her, and then I send her a message, oh, I just got here, I see you. And she was like, oh yeah, I saw your bus but I didn't see you. And then so I'm only seeing the back of her at this time. And like, look, I'll be honest, like back then I was so skinny, like skinny as hell, like a twig. Now I go gym, I'm into fitness and stuff like that, but back then I was skinny as a twig. And like she looked a bit, you know, biggity, like she looked a bit giggity, like she looked hefty, she looked like a linebacker in American football from behind. And I was thinking, like, wait, like what? Because like I'm thinking about the face, you know, of what I saw on the profile and everything. And she only had like 1 or 2 pictures and it was all on the profile. And like, you know, you know, back then, like, I'll be honest, like, you know, I wasn't really into the whole, like, or I never even gave attention, you know, thought about the whole, oh, it's about how, it's not about how she looks, it's about how she is, stuff like that. So I'll be honest, like, I was probably very, back then anyway, I was probably very, like, material, like, the way you look and stuff like that. And it's coming from me now, like, but back, and I was even skinny, so to be fair, it's not like I was a catch or anything, but, you know, she's there, she's looking hefty as fuck. She was looking hefty as hell, like, she looking like she could eat me alive. I'm not even gonna lie, like, devour me, like, it was peak. And, like, so she's turned around now, and I'm getting off the bus. So she's turning around. I don't know what happened. Something just came over me. Like, I literally just ran past her because I know she hadn't seen me. She sent me a message on the bus saying, oh, I didn't see you yet. So I just ran past her because I know this is bad, but like I just, the moment I saw her, it just felt like from a high, I was just like, oh, down. Like, I just, like, it's just like, don't get me wrong, she had a very nice face, but she was just so big, and I just felt like, let's be honest, like, it's a bad thing to say, but it's just not gonna go anywhere. Like, you know, we all have preferences. Like, there are some guys who like the big, bulky women, the big ones, you know, them fetishes, them guys who like that skinny guys, some guys like that. Me, you know, I like them slim, thick, you know, like, nah, I'll be honest, I like them thick, but not that kind of thick, you know, like, thick in the waist and shit, like, you know, the ass and shit, but not like, she was big, thick all over. She looked like she was, like, nah, let me not get into like that. All I know is she was big, like, so basically, like, you know, as I'm running past her, she just sees me, like, she just sees a fella run by, not knowing it's me. So I've run by her, and as I've gotten, like, say, 25 meters away from her, jogging away, like, trying to pretend like, you know, I'm just some other dude just running away, like, covering my face as I run past her. I started thinking, man, this is kind of bad, man. Like, I shouldn't, like, man, it's not good, man, to do that, you know, like, you know, it's not a good thing, you know. So basically, so I decided, okay, you know what, fuck this, I'm just gonna confront this situation. So I circled around. So there was a way you could get around. There was like a bush area. There's a way you could get around. So I came back around, and then, like, when I got back to where she was like, oh, I didn't see you get off the bus. I was like, yeah, I was just one of the last people off the bus, you know. She doesn't know that I literally ran past her already, but I decided to come back, you know. So I was like, oh yeah, I was just like one of the last people on the bus, you know. And I was like, oh, I'm surprised you didn't see me. I'm quite tall and stuff. She's like, yeah, that's weird. And I was like, yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I was like, and then obviously, like, then from then on, like, I had to be fake, like, you know. I was like, yeah, man, you look good, man. You look amazing. Wow, like, your dress, like, that's just so nice. Look at your shoes. Damn, like, whoa, look at your hair, man. Your hair is so beautiful. Oh, my God. Because, like, let's be honest. Like, you're not going to go there and be like, yeah, I don't like the way you look, and this is not going to go anywhere. Like, come on, like, it's just kind of rude, and there's certain things you're just not going to say. So I just had to, you know, deal with the hand I was dealt, basically, innit? Like, that's just the way it is, you know. So basically, you know, we were talking there for a while, and then, like, mind you, like, as the conversations started flowing, I was thinking, like, you know, she's actually not a bad person. Like, she's a nice person. Like, you know, one of those people that, like, no way are you attracted to them, but they could be a friend, you know, like, they could be a friend. And I'll be honest, like, I'm not even friends with a lot of women in it, because, like, I don't really believe in being friends with women too much, because, like, let's be honest, like, most males, when you're trying to friends with females, you know, you're just waiting for that day when you can hit it. So it's like, I'm not gonna waste my time knowing that, like, oh, we're friends, and I'm never gonna call you, I'm never gonna text you, never gonna see how you are, and just me being frank, you know, like, no, like, there's no point of all of that. So, like, I had to find a way eventually, you know, just to tell her, like, you know, look, like, this is not gonna work. And I know it seems hard, hard to say it's a catfish, because to be honest, the face was so nice, but I just felt like, why didn't she put photos of her body and the way she looked and everything? Because it really would have saved me a lot of money paying for that bus. And back then, like, I was broke. Like, for all those of you who are Nigerian, like, getting money from your parents is one of the most difficult things you can ever do. Like, my whole life is like a no. Mom, can I have some money? No. Mom, can I have money for school? No. Mom, can I have money to buy this? No. Everything's no, 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 no. So, like, just to get that money to spend to come to Dublin, you know, and we were planning on going, like, cinema and bowling and stuff after. Like, I was like, nah, I'm just gonna save my money, man, because, like, you know, what's the point, man? Like, so basically, like, we were sitting down for like 45 minutes. We went to the shopping center there, and we went to McDonald's. Went to McDonald's first, innit? And then we were just sitting down talking for a while, you know. And to be honest, I was not giving her no compliments. I was not because after the first compliments of how she looked and her dress and stuff like that was nice, I wasn't saying stuff like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And nah, I wasn't saying all that, because, like, I didn't want to lead her on. I didn't want her to be thinking that I like her and stuff like that. So, like, you know, I was literally treating her like it was a friend's thing. Like, it was like, you know. And I think, like, after a while, she started to get the hint and stuff like that. She didn't really say it, but I could feel we both knew what it was. Like, and look, by no means am I saying, like, I'm some incredible looking person or I'm some, like, catcher, but, like, you know, you like what you like, innit? So basically, you know, after 45 minutes, I made up some stupid excuse saying, oh man, something happened back at home. I need to go back home and help my dad with something. I'm so sorry about this. And then she was like, oh yeah, that's fine. We can meet up again or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, why not? Definitely, yeah, great. But in my head, I'm like, never gonna happen. You know, so it was it was so peak, like. And, like, so basically I left at the bus stop, you know, and, like, yeah, and she basically waited with me until the bus came, and I was like, oh my days, this is just getting more and more drawn. This, like, when can I just leave? The bus just took for, like, you know, when you just can't wait to get away from an awkward situation, like, so, like, it took ages. I felt like I was there for years with her, like. And the conversation was dying at that point. Like, I just wasn't really energetic or enthusiastic, because I just, like, what's the point of talking to someone when you know relationship is not going anywhere, whether it's a friendship or relationship, you know, like, it's not going anywhere. So finally the bus came. Like, I'm fast. Like, for people who know me, like, I'm very fast when it comes to running. The way I sprinted onto that bus, like, I sprinted onto that bus as if it was the last bus of the day, the midnight bus from Blanchardstown to Navan. Like, I sprinted on that bus. There was no way in hell I wasn't getting home quick. Like, I got on that bus. I was like, yeah, bye. See you later. Have fun, yeah. Peace. And I dashed on the bus. Like, man, it was just, like, so awkward. And then, like, you know, like, after a while, like, after the couple of days, she texted me, she's like, oh, are you available to meet up again? And, you know, like, I had to kind of tell her that, you know, like, oh, like, you know, I'm not really looking for a relationship right now. You know, I'm not really looking for Anne, and I'm just focusing on my football. And, you know, them times I was in uni and DIT, big ups DIT, you know. And, you know, I was like, yeah, I'm just not really focused. And I was focused on my football, uni, you know, trying to get my life in order. Like, you know, I'm 19, I'm too young to be in a relationship, I think. Stuff like bullshit, basically. Bullshit. It's basically just bullshit. I'm not even gonna lie. Complete utter bullshit. But, you know, I had to say something, you know, because, like, you just can't be like, oh, I'm just not feeling you, you know. It's a hard thing to take. And I know what it's like to, like, for a girl that you like to not like you back, or not like treat you in the same way that, you know, you treat her and stuff like that. So I was like, you know, like, I just tried to be nice about it and stuff like that. And, you know, we never spoke again after that, actually. Like, yeah, she never texted me again. I think like I said, she got the hint and stuff like that, and like, you know, and that was pretty much it. That was like the first catfish day I'd ever been on. And to be honest, I've actually been on a couple of catfish dates. Like when I moved to London, I went on a couple of catfish dates, you know. There's always those people, I don't know what it is, like they look so good in pictures, like, and when I think back to some of the, like, the catfish dates I've been on, like, some girls look amazing on pictures, like, oh man, look at her body, like, or sometimes I've met girls in the club, and I don't even drink, but something must have blinded me, whether it's the lights or something, like, I'm like, man, her body looks nice, man, like, and then you meet them up after, you know, when you're all fresh, your eyes are open, you know, your eyes are open to see, and then you're like, oh yeah, she has a nice body, yeah, man, she has a nice face, and then when they open their mouth, their teeth is yama yama, like, jaga jaga, I'm like, shit, like, stuff like that, like, it's always like, and sometimes that happens, just always that one thing that puts you off completely, like, I've seen girls that were, like, been on dates with girls who were so beautiful, like, man, this girl is beautiful, and I won't lie, I can be picky about certain things, like, smoking is a no-no, like, there was this girl, like, amazing body, like, from London, amazing body, like, good personality, nice personality, she was a uni student, and then we meet up, you know, we've watched a movie, then she was like, wait, I'm just gonna go out the back for a cigarette, and if I tell you, the way she was smoking the cigarette, like, it's as if, like, she needed it or she was gonna die. I was like, oh shit, like, and that just, things like that just kill it for me, you know, like, unhygienic, bad teeth, you know, stuff like that, like, and I'm starting to think, like, there are just some females that are just very good at taking pictures in a certain way, like, I'm not really a photogenic person, like, if most people who see my pictures, like, what you see is what you get, like, I try sometimes, but, like, for someone my age, I'm not even that, I'm 25, and I'm not really that good at taking pictures, but some women, man, they make themselves look like absolute models, man, and then when you meet them, you're like, wah, wah, wah. So it's like, yeah, it's peak, so, but what I will say is, like, you know, it's not about, you know, always what you look like, it is about, you know, what's in your heart, how you are as a person. And look, I'm not trying to be corny and stuff like that, you know, I mean in the sense of, like, you know, are you gaining something from this person? Like, is this someone that keeps you intellectually stimulated, emotionally stimulated, you know, like, you can have a conversation about serious matters, someone that, you know, someone that, like, because sometimes we always want someone similar to us, but sometimes it's not always good to be with someone that is exact same, so differences are also important, you know, like, me, I'm still kind of an introverted person, so I don't mind someone that is maybe a little introverted in the sense that they can do their own thing and they're not always going to need me 24/7, but I also want someone too who's a bit extroverted, who likes to go out and stuff, because sometimes you need that person too to kind of bring you out of your shell and find yourself as a person, because in life there are times when you're going to need help, and sometimes when you have a partner who motivate you to be better and find a better, like, way for yourself and just a more fun side of you, that can be a great thing too. So, like, it's not always just about looks or she has an amazing body and stuff like that. Like, trust me, I'm African, African women are amazing, like, most of them look amazing, so, like, you know, but, you know, you get the odd ones that aren't great, but, you know, like I said, it's all about, you know, it's all about who the person is at the end of the day. Like, it doesn't matter what people say about who you're dating, whether it's your boyfriend or your girlfriend, like, as long as you view them as someone that, you know, you can see a future with, and they treat you right, that's the most important thing I can say. So, yeah, like, you know, but yeah, that's my story of how I got catfished, and yeah, I will definitely not be getting myself in those situations again. And my advice to all you young guys out there, do your research, man. Like, do your research. When you when you go on these social media sites, or you're on these social, you know, like, hooking up apps or whatever, whether it's Tinder, Badoo, whatever it is, Hitch or whatever, I think that's the new one, Hitch or whatever, like, you know, or Plenty of Fish, that's another one. like make sure like you read what they're saying also, you know. Sometimes it's not just, like I said, it's not always how they look. Sometimes certain things they write in their bio is going to give you an insight into their mind. So, you know, these are little things you need to, you know, look out for and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you guys, you know. I hope you enjoyed this story of how your boy Real Abzi got catfished in his first ever date, and I will see you guys later. Peace.